Hi guys, my name is Lauren. Welcome to my channel. If you are new and if you have been here before, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be a different kind of video today, largely because I'm so pissed, so I will try to at some point bring some levity into it, but we'll see. It is wholly appropriate that I have a Frederick Douglass fro going on today because we're about to shine some light on some racist fuckery and foolishness. Amen? Okay. Let it shine, let it it's a very Negro spiritual kind of a day, okay? It's just necessary, just fucking trust me. So for those of you who may or may not be aware, there is this, there was a lot of conversation sparked about the fact that there weren't really any black booktubers except for one that got invited to go to the Hey You Give premiere. That's not the issue we're here to talk about, but that conversation led to another discussion that pops up quite a bit on YouTube, and it's about whether or not YouTube has a race problem at its core, because the fact of the matter is that a lot of bookish creators, a lot of African American and other people of color creators are not getting just the same airtime, the same view count, the same subscriber count, and it's the truth, A, but B, so those videos were going around. This person felt the need to air her grievances about that. And before I even tell you what I think it's about, I got a clip because I'm nosy and I find shit. And I'm going to scoot over so y'all can see this shenanigans, this bullshit right here. Okay? Okay.
So now we get to my favorite type of entitlement. The booktubers who blame the racism in booktube
with their quotes. Did you see
for
them?
the fact that they aren't successful. Alright. I'm not a nice person. And booktube is filled with very nice people who I think don't want to make people angry and want to be nice and want to be friends with everyone, so they may not call this out. But I am, because I'm not a nice person, and I'm sick and tired of people like this framing booktube in a bad light, because you're calling people throughout booktube, one of the most inclusive and welcoming communities on this platform, racist. The community that literally goes out of their way, bends over backwards to welcome minorities, gay, bi, ace, all those kind of different things on this community.
So, to firstly say that, it's implied that we, being the people who are complaining, are victimizing white booktube by making them feel guilty because we aren't getting the same views, when it's really our fault because probably our content sucks, is the gist I'm getting now, with the whole air of you people and those people sprinkled on top to just add some condescension to the shit Sunday that is this goddamn video. Just sprinkled right on the fucking, here you go. You people. Just bow. There you go. But then to turn around and say, we bend over backwards to include you. Sweetheart. Inclusion is only that difficult if you're a fucking racist. And it just is what it is. I go into a place and there are white people, Asian people, black people, Hispanic people, gay people, straight people, non-binary people, transgender people. I talk to this person the same way I talk to this person, this person, this person, this person. And it's not difficult because, I see them all as fucking people. When you have to go, oh, there's a black person, I should probably make it a point to talk to them so I don't look racist. I just want to play that last little bit back again.
On this platform, racist, the community that literally goes out of their way, bends over backwards to welcome minorities, gay, bi, ace, all those kind of different things on this community.
Well, shit. Next thing you know, we're going to be able to vote, own property, and drink out of the same water fountain, sit at the front of the bus. Just, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these damn civil rights, Jesus. It's overwhelming me. My polar colored heart can't take all this inclusion, Father God. Oh, help. Shut the f. Have a seat, sweetheart. Have several seats. Have a stadium full of seats. Sit the fuck down. And just stop. Just fucking stop.
There are small black booktubers. There are big black booktubers. I recently beta read for one of those women. She is one of my favorite booktubers, and I was delighted to get the opportunity to beta read for her.
I'm not racist. I have a black friend. See? That one right there. That's my one black friend. I'm not racist. There be a Negro. I'm not racist. Proved it.
Don't you dare try to guilt trip the people in this community. Don't you dare try to be manipulative towards them. That is not fair, because a lot of them go out of their way to help people like you, and you...
If that ain't some white savior bullshit, I don't know what is. It's like handing a homeless person a spoiled sandwich and saying, you don't have the right to be angry that I gave you this half-chewed sandwich that's moldy and growing penicillin in the fucking middle of it. Like, how dare you ask to be treated like a fucking human because of your circumstances? You don't get that right. I gave you a sandwich, motherfucker. Be happy. No, just fucking no.
And you go around and talk smack about them. That is entitlement to a T.
It's entitlement. We are entitled, guys. Did you hear that we're entitled? Let me tell you why that's funny. Let's move that for a minute. Entitlement is a funny thing, because it is a fucking luxury that I, as a black woman, do not fucking have. Black people don't have that luxury. Gay people do not have that luxury. Non-binary people and transgender people do not have that luxury. Not when our people are being gunned down for walking up the street in a hoodie carrying Skittles and tea home. Not when we have to be fucking terrified by being pulled over because so many people are being gunned down by the police. No, all police aren't bad, but enough are that it is fucking scary. Not when Hispanic people have to worry that their neighbors are going to start spouting off all kind of ignorant deportation bullshit because our president is now making them feel like it's wide open for you to just go ahead and show your racist ass motherfucking colors. Not when we have a government that is tearing fucking families away from their children and putting them in these little baby concentration fucking camps. Not when we have government trying to fucking tell people who they can and cannot love. Not when we have fucking gay clubs being shot up. Not when we have people trying to tell us what goddamn bathroom people are allowed to fucking use. Not when we have a government that is just this morning or yesterday announced that they were going to fucking make it so that legally you cannot change genders or claim non-binary status. You are what you were born at birth based on your genitalia, and that will be law. We don't get to be fucking entitled. Okay? We don't. That's a luxury that we don't fucking get. Not when we have people making fucking Halloween costumes out of our fucking cultural and religious dress. Not when we have people fucking implying all kind of shit based on the color of our skin, from trying to guess our race, telling us we're not black enough, we don't work hard enough, we just... Petty Patty in me wants to, like, give her one of those names we've been giving all the other people, like Barbecue Brenda or whatever. And what I'm not going to do is stand here and say that she felt like she was really doing something when she sat here in this damn kimono with this cup of tea and this Hello Kitty t-shirt like she was just finna drop some knowledge and spill some tea. You spilled something all right, baby. You did. Your racism is showing. Your entitlement is showing. Your privilege is showing. You spilled something. You did. But I'm not going to do that. I could call you Becca the Booktube bigot, but I'm not going to do that. I will be a whole ass adult today. I will.
Now, I'm sick and tired of seeing stuff like that on Booktube. Now, you may say, oh, it's because you're white that you don't understand. Do you think that everyone doesn't struggle at some point?
I don't think it's because you're white you don't understand. I think it's because you fucking small-minded you don't understand. Just saying.
With Booktube, a lot of people do. A lot of people struggle. A lot of people think to themselves that they're never gonna make it. And some of them don't. I'm tired of seeing good people manipulated into thinking they're bad because someone decides that they are going to make a fuss over the fact there aren't a lot of so-and-so on Booktube. There are genuine discussions to be had.
How dare we make a fuss? The fuss is not that there aren't a lot of black people on Booktube. The fuss is that because a lot of black people and other people of color and other marginalized races and cultures and sexualities or non-sexualities as it were on Booktube, and they're run off because they are sick of seeing that all their hard work and effort goes to nothing when you have a person next to them that doesn't look like them doing the same work or less and is shooting up all over the place. Not shooting up drug-wise, you know what I mean? They views and shit. What the fuck ever. Here comes my favorite part.
About African American literacy or Mexican or Hispanic, that kind of thing. Because here's the thing, in the United States, inner city schools where a lot of these minority groups go to, they're terrible schools. A lot of high schoolers graduate with a 3rd grade reading level. There are problems deep within the literary community with these communities, and people would rather complain about how they don't get enough views than talk about actually helping these people in real life.
And that's the last of the clip I have, but like, don't worry about having to fight racism on Booktube and YouTube. Baby, you got bigger problems to worry about because your people can't read, boo. Who the fuck do you think you are? I can color inside the lines. I can read books without pictures in them. I can read big words. Well, I don't know. It depends on how many syllables they got. But I think if it's around 3, I'd be alright. Ain't that crazy? Look at me reading and shit. I went to one of those inner city schools. I lived inner city. Grew up in Chicago, if you couldn't tell. If I was any more inner city, I would have lived in Cabrini Green. Yes, I still lived there when it was, I lived there when it was still up. And it was a very bad area we lived in. There were drive-bys right in our neighborhood, in front of our house, to the point of like we had to worry about if we were playing outside. We could not play outside. If we were, like, an adult had to be right there with us. And if a car rolled up the street too slow, we had to run in the house because they were worried the kids would get shot. That's where I grew up. And yet, somehow, some fucking how, I managed to finish the 6th grade with a college level reading comprehension. Even if I did it, that does not invalidate the problems that I would be having on Booktube, sweetheart. And the reason that so many people are incensed is because Booktube is supposed to be escapism. We like reading. We want to talk about books. It is what it is. However, eventually that is going to be colored by the fact that I see other people around me who don't look like me, who are putting forth less effort or the same effort and are going much farther than I am. And just like with every other thing in my life, people of color have to work 3 times or more harder than everybody else to get the same, let alone to rise above. It is not always about effort. And when that bleeds over into a hobby, into something that's supposed to be fun and escapism for us, yeah, it's going to be a problem. And yeah, we're going to say something. We got this old country saying, and you throw a rock, a hit dog is the one that's going to cry. Meaning, if we say something about racist people and you the one that get mad, baby, maybe you the problem. Maybe. But to sit there with your little tea, acting like you better just have this whole enlightening conversation because the rest of Booktube is too fucking nice to do it. No, the rest of them are probably just not racist or as racist as you are, and you felt free enough to fucking do it. I was expecting you to pull out a MAGA hat, to be honest, and just pop that red motherfucker right on your head. Because it was coming. Maybe you did at the end of the video. I didn't watch the rest. I don't fucking know. But this, like, you want to talk about entitlement, but to sit there and say, you know, y'all people can't read, you can't spell, you can't write, you came from these inner cities and these bad schools, and yet you want to sit here and complain about your treatment on this platform, or we bend over backwards to give you like the same or a little less than everybody else? Why are you mad? It's baffling to me. It's galling. Like, the way she spoke and the dehumanizing phrases that she, like, those people. Yeah, she said people. It's still dehumanizing. And the only time she ever spoke to, like, the specific people that she meant was when she wanted to say, you know, the people who went to these schools, these African-American and these Hispanic people, and I got a black booktuber friend. Other than that, it was those people. You people. Those people who come in and make the rest of us feel, how dare you come into this space and make the rest of us feel guilty for not giving you the same thing that the next person is getting. If you feel guilty, it's because you're doing it. If you didn't do nothing wrong, you wouldn't feel fucking guilty. Me calling out racist behavior is not victimizing anybody. If you feel like the victim, it's because you feel like white is right and maybe you in the right and we just being fucking complainers. And how dare we come into your space and make you feel guilty when you were perfectly fine doing the same shit you were doing. These conversations need to be had. This shit needs to fucking change. There's a reason I didn't ever want to make any of these videos to talk about this stuff, because especially with the fucking political climate that we live in right now, I'm fucking angry all the goddamn time. Every time I turn on the fucking news, pull up an article, I just get fucking pissed off. I'm not entitled. Like I said, that's a luxury I don't have. Too busy watching my back to make sure nobody's going to call the police on me for looking like I'm walking into an expensive apartment complex that I don't look like I belong in. Or that maybe I can't go out on the 4th of July because there's going to be a lot of drunk political people at the lake, and I might not need to go by my single female black self, or some shit might pop off. Those are worries that I legit have to have because of the climate that we live in. So when I say something about it and complain because of the treatment I receive, sweetheart, that is not fucking entitled. And then nobody should be feeling guilty except the people who are fucking doing it. So if you feel guilty, baby, you the dog that got hit. I'm sorry. Things like diversity bingo and all this other stuff, while yes, they are doing positive stuff and I understand it, but they have always rubbed me the wrong way just because simply, like, it grinds my gears that such an effort to include non-cis white people needs to be made and boosted up. While I'm very grateful for it, I can't help that it still rubs me the wrong way. It does. And it's gonna, until shit changes. So, do I mean stop playing diversity bingo and all this stuff? No. But the fact that it exists, just, it's like sandpaper on my skin. Just, oh, it's just abrasive to my psyche. Like, that video was abrasive to my psyche, and I heard her apology video was much the same. If you got enough balls to sit there and say, you know, the rest of Booktube is too nice to say this shit, but I ain't. But then you took the video down. Here's the thing about YouTube, okay? It's not like I went live and said a thing, or just really quickly typed a thing with my Twitter fingers and hit enter, and then was like, ooh, maybe I should have done that, I shouldn't have done that, I should have done that, like Hagrid. No, not only did you have to sit there and film that shit, you had to upload it, you had to edit it, you had to wait for it to upload to YouTube after you put it on your computer. So you sat here And all that time, not only did you record it, in which you can say whatever in the heat of the moment, but you had to transfer that shit over to the editing program. You had to listen to the whole thing back so you can edit out what you wanted to edit out. And then nowhere in there, apparently did your brain go, bitch, don't upload this. No. So don't take it down now. Don't take it down. This wasn't Facebook Live. This wasn't Instagram stories. This wasn't Snapchat. This wasn't none of that shit where heat in the moment you just said it and it was actively uploaded while you was running your goddamn mouth. You sat there. You sat there and took all the time to edit it, then to export it as a file, then to wait for that shit to upload to YouTube, and then you posted it. Then you had your little happy tweet talking about, I made this discussion video, don't take it down now. You had all the time to think about it, and nowhere in there did you go, I shouldn't do this, this is kind of fucked up. So don't take it down. You know what you were saying. You can read, you can write, apparently, presuming, unless you went to an inner city black school. Then she took the apology video down too. Stand on your laurels, baby. You're gonna be racist, be proud about it at least. Put your little MAGA hat on, do what you gotta do. Go for it. This video ain't coming down. Damn sure ain't. I don't delete nothing on the YouTube. Because you know what? If I say something I'm like, that can be misconstrued, I edit it out the video. If I say a thing, a voice of opinion, and I'm like, oh, well, that could be taking the wrong thing and that's not how I meant it, I catch it when I listen to it. Editing it back, uploading it, watching it through, editing it out. Take it out. You didn't do none of that. So you stand by what you say, sweetheart. Stand right on that little shaky ground and don't be mad when it falls from under you, because this is the internet. And no matter that you deleted it, I got it. Shit lives on the internet forever. You gonna have the audacity and the nuts to post it, leave it up there. It's just fucking frustrating to me. So while I'm here and while we on the subject, yes, I believe there's a race problem on YouTube. I believe there's a colorism problem on YouTube. Even in the Booktube community. There is. But YouTube is a heavily visual driven thing. You know how I know? Because my views didn't even start going up until I got a bigger bookcase. Because even though there are non-people of color who do the same, people of color who are in front of a bookcase, I've noticed, didn't have as many views. I went to get a bookcase, I started getting more subscribers. But tell me if that ain't some shit. Doesn't matter how much effort. Yes, my channel is growing, but for a while I had to get wild with as much as I was posting when I didn't feel like it. And just, there is a gap. I see many marginalized creators who do such excellent work. So it's not an effort thing. It's not an effort thing. And for you to sit there and say so is fucking condescending. I could be petty and say something about the number of subscribers you got, sweetheart, but I won't. I said I was going to be a whole ass adult today, and it's hard, but I'm going to do it. Just maybe if you felt offended and you think that we as people of color on YouTube who say things about the race disparity, if you're offended, maybe think about why you're offended. If you watch YouTube and you noticed that there is no diversity among the people you are subscribed to and that you watch regularly, maybe do something about it if it bothers you. Don't just, subscribe to people and retweet and go, yeah, we need more people of color, and then you just subscribe and then let it sit there. You're still not watching them. That's not helping. Just a thought. Just, oh my fucking God. I can't even be coherent. I just, so fucking frustrated. Black people have this problem all the time. I know specifically, I'm just talking about from a person whose family is Native American and African American. This is not an uncommon thing. So sometimes I don't feel the point to speak out because I feel like it's not going to help anything. But when I see people speaking out and I see this is what they met with, when we are already looked down on as a community for being bookish, when we are already looked down on as a community for the way we have the audacity to wear makeup and be bookish, or be gay and be bookish, or black and bookish, because that was a thing too. If you was reading a lot in my neighborhood, that was a white thing. I just get fucking tired of it. Okay? This is 2018, and instead of progressing, we are regressing to the same fucked up bullshit. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Other people have said it. Other people have said it better than me because maybe they weren't as pissed off, or maybe they waited till they weren't so pissed off still. Maybe they can enunciate better or articulate better when they're not mad or when they're angry, but I can't. So this is what y'all get. And I'm not sorry. We gotta fucking do better. We can't continue to live like this. This is just fucking ridiculous. And the one place that we're not supposed to have to deal with any of that shit is just as bad. Because what's happening out there when we cry racism, people say you crying wolf. We're not racist. I don't see color. That's a lie. Especially on YouTube where everything is so goddamn visual. It's a lie. And the numbers speak for themselves. So down below I have listed a bunch of creators who are people of color and LGBTQIA+, and people who don't fit neatly into any of those spectrums or any spectrum period. Booktubers who I know specifically, booktubers who I know of fit in those categories. I will try to link them all down in the description box. And then check out my Twitter because I'll try to get a thread going with all of these booktubers. I know specifically recently I have subscribed to The Princess from the Castle Library, whose booktube channel, from Jessie with Bowtie and Books and Bowties, Bowties and Books. Damn it, I'm bad with alliteration, but you should go watch their skits because they are fucking hilarious. I can't fucking think because I'm just so fucking aggravated right now, so I'll link them down in the description box. And then also know that I am a lurker on YouTube because it takes a lot of time to kind of make and post and upload content with my work schedule. So I do watch, and sometimes I don't always comment. I'm going to try to get better about that, so at least you guys know that I am there, just like you guys do for me, and I really appreciate it. But for my other creators, my fellow creators, my sisters and brothers and siblings who are feeling the same struggle and you are putting in all that effort, just don't go, because we need you. I know it's hard, I know it's frustrating, I know Booktube is the last place you want to have to fight for inclusion, when you have to fight for it everywhere else, and you have to fight just to be allowed to exist in fucking peace. But we need you here. Just stick with it, please. I see you, and we're just gonna keep working for everybody else to see you too. So that's it for this video, guys, and I'm sorry it's not more coherent, but I'm just still really so mad. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye.